Hey guys, I'm a huge fan of the Uncharted series. I actually just got finished playing the Nathan Drake collection, the first 3 games, all over again, and it really got me thinking, what is the future for this series? I know the developer, Naughty Dog, is busy finishing up The Last of Us Part 2, and a lot of people have been saying, Uncharted is done after 4, just with the ending. But if I know anything about video games, is if it's a popular video game that sells well, there's always a future edition in the works that might be just around the corner. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys my prediction of what I think the next Uncharted game could be like. So if you're an Uncharted fan, sit back, relax, don't forget your favorite snack. Yum, 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 yum. Enjoy the video, and here we go! So I think it's important for the next Uncharted game to explore new characters. Just like how Lost Legacy had Chloe and Nadine and Sam, Drake's brother, I think it's important for the franchise to kind of reach out, find new characters, maybe side characters to explore. By the way, I am a huge fan of Chloe. If it was me and I had to choose between Elena and Chloe, I'm going Chloe every single time. But the other characters that I'd like to explore even more, obviously we could do more Chloe stories, we could do Nadine stories, we could do stories about Sam. But you know what I'd really like to see is a young Sully. Maybe go back 20 years before Uncharted even takes place and kind of do a prequel and kind of see how Sully got into the whole, treasure hunter business. Another idea would have Elena and Drake's daughter kind of be the protagonist and kind of maybe have to save her parents, or maybe she gets a little bit older and the story is all about her. As good looking as Drake is, and he just keeps on getting better looking and better looking and better looking every single game, I think it is time for Drake to kind of be on the back burner and let new characters take over the franchise. Maybe for at least half of the next game, and Drake kind of have a cameo or take over the second half of the next game. If we're talking a new game, that means we're talking new locations, and I'm talking cities. And if this is going to be on a PS5, that means we're going to need even bigger locations. So bigger locations, that means more vehicles to get around those locations, and even bigger set pieces. And when it comes to vehicles, maybe we could see the protagonist fly around in planes, maybe we could see him in boats, maybe jet skis. Actually, after Uncharted 1, I don't think I ever need to see them in a jet ski ever again. I still have nightmares of that stupid jet ski from Uncharted 1. There was the really cool set piece from Uncharted 2 with the helicopter, so it would be cool to see maybe us fly a helicopter, maybe have to take down a train, or take down a bus, or take down a building. It'd be really cool. There are a lot of helicopters in the Uncharted series, but we've never been able to fly them. And don't worry, I'm not trying to turn Uncharted into something like Grand Theft Auto, or just massive map and need vehicles to get all around, but I'm talking about very direct set pieces that you need vehicles to complete them. I want big set pieces. That's one of the things that Uncharted is all about. If you're not climbing a clock tower, or you're jumping off huge buildings that are collapsing all around you, we need big set pieces. And big set pieces means we're going to need a lot of climbing. And I love climbing in the Uncharted games. It's one of the things that really attracted it to me. It's not just basic tap X, 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 X to climb, but they're little puzzles in themselves. You're trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B. So definitely include as much climbing as possible. Every game has made improvements to the gunplay and to combat, but I think in the next game, I really think they need to make major improvements to the combat. I know it's kind of getting a little better and a little better, but I really think they need to make combat a little bit more interesting than just having quick time events and hitting X. It's just a little monotonous and a little boring. Also, I love how in the last few games they've added sliding down mountains and using a rope to swing on things. Keep going with that. Add new mechanics to make the character be able to go around the environment and making it as fun as possible. Let's talk about the length of the future of the Uncharted games. Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 were kind of similar in length, anywhere from that 8 to 12, 13 hours to complete. But then Uncharted 4 came in, and it was a whopping between 15 and 20 hours to complete. And a lot of people had problems with that. They thought it lasted a little too long. Me personally, I loved each setting, and I thought they made it very diverse, so I didn't have a problem with it. but I can understand why 20 hours is a long time to play one of these, action adventure linear games. And then Lost Legacy came in. It was a much shorter experience. It was about 7 to 9 hours, and so it's quick. You can play that in a week. I'm going to give my final thoughts of what I think the next Uncharted game, the length of it should be, a little later in the video, and when I give my final predictions of what I really think the future of Uncharted should be. The last improvement that I would make to the Uncharted series is make it so there's a very, it's a linear game, but there are some semi-open world areas, very similar to Lost Legacy, how halfway through the game you get to this area where there's 4 different temples you gotta complete, and you can kind of do them in any order. I really like that, how you have a little bit of options. I like the game being very linear, so a lot of times you have to get to point A to point B with simple diversions left and right, but then all of a sudden there's a bigger, wide open area where you can kind of complete it in any order you like. I just think that freshens up the game, and it gives you kind of a little more immersion into the experience that maybe it's your adventure that you're going on. Uncharted 1, 2, 3, and 4 were big AAA games that cost $60, but Lost Legacy was a $40 budget title, and that's not too bad. I mean, if it was up to me, I would create one of these quote-unquote budget titles every 2 to 3 years. I would love to be able to go back into that Uncharted world every few years, even if it is only a 7-8 hour experience, kind of be able to flush out the universe and the world just a little bit more, learn a little bit about more of the side characters would be great. I don't have to wait 5 more years for a big Uncharted 5, but give me a small little budget title every few years. That would be unbelievable. But what do you guys think? What improvements would you like to see in the next Uncharted game? Do you want it to be a huge game that you have to wait 5 years for? Are you okay with it being a smaller title? Let me know right down here in the comment section. I'll be sure to get back to you. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I live stream a few days a week. I make discussion videos. I make prediction videos just like this one. And I have a few Zelda videos coming up. So if you like Zelda, I think you might want to subscribe. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I am Turbo Jesse, and I'll see you on the flip side.